What up, guys? Do you think we should teach them how to make an organic compost tea?
Alright, welcome to another edition of Organistar. We're going to go over a compost tea recipe. We have one on the back of the Detroit Nutrient Company advertising postcards here. They have a compost tea recipe that we haven't done for a video, so today we're going to go over how to make it. We've had some people ask us, so we figure we'll get this out there and help you out. Make sure when you're in the hydro store you ask them for one of these if you want to remember the recipe, by the way. This is for a 5-gallon bucket of water. 5 gallons of dechlorinated water is going to be what you start with. We have a A.A.C.T. That is a big ass air pump. You can never have too much air, but you can have not enough air. So don't listen to the fools and just go get a 2-phase aquarium air pump. Go out to a good garden shop, a hydro store, get yourself a good air pump. This has the 8 air stone manifold. So we've got enough air in our bucket of water. Now we are going to add 1 cup of Vermicompost. We use Detroit Nutrient Company Vermicompost. They make sure their worms go all the way through and they're eating their own castings before they harvest them, so it's full of microbiology, which is a good basis for your tea. So we've got 1 cup here. We're going to add that to our dechlorinated bubbling water. Now some people will tell you to use a woman's stocking, or they'll tell you to use a tea bag of some sort, make it out of cheesecloth. You can do that if you want to save wear and tear on your air stones. I like to just put everything in because that sediment at the bottom, you can scoop it out with your tea and add it around the base of your plant, and it's all going to be great nutrients for your plants as they're growing. So you can use the stocking method, but then you have everything compacted and it's not getting swished around and getting knocked into the mix. So we just dump straight in. Now, the next thing we're going to add, seabird guano. We use fossilized seabird guano from down in Ohio. I don't think the seabirds are in Ohio. I think that's just where we buy it. We're going to add 2/3 of a cup. This is a 1/3 cup measuring cup, so we'll add 2 cups here. 2/3 of a cup seabird guano. Now, we got bat guano. We get that from Ohio, but I don't think the bats are in Ohio either. I don't know why. I keep saying Ohio. So, we're going to do 2/3 of a cup. Bat guano. 1, 2. Next, we're going to add 1/2 cup of alfalfa meal. Alfalfa meal is a great note stacker. We're going to make sure we get that in there. Woo! That'll make your hay fever go nuts. Now, we're going to add some sugars to feed the microbes in our compost. A good source of that is some good old-fashioned, unsulfured, organic blackstrap molasses. Now, this is some Detroit Nutrient Company blackstrap molasses. We don't sell a lot of it, so just find a good source of organic blackstrap molasses near you. That's not our specialty here at DNC. Now we are going to add 5 tablespoons on the measuring cup. 5 TBS, unsulfured organic blackstrap molasses. Get that in the mix. Dip your shot glass in there. Get all that shit off. Start feeding those microbes. If you add a lot of molasses, a lot of people will tell you that it'll make your wheat sweeter. I don't know that there's any science behind that, but I have people that swear by it. So you can try it if you want to get a molasses flavor. Feel free to email me. Tell me I'm insane. Tell me what an idiot I am. So now we have 5 tablespoons of fish and kelp. Now, there's a few different ways you can get your fish and kelp. We have a Michigan brand of fish and kelp that works great. It's a great mix. I know that there's a lot of regional fish and kelp extracts, so you want to make sure you get some fish and kelp in there. Read the bottles. You know, if you can't, so it's not always going to be 5 tablespoons. Sometimes you can use 5 dry tablespoons as well. Sometimes the conversion's a little different. So just make sure you get some fish emulsions into your tea. Rinse the glass off. I'm going to set this over here. This is actually my yoga mat, so I don't want it to stink like fish when I go to my yoga class. They'll look at me funny. So we're going to let this bubble for 72 hours. We're going to put it in the dark, let it bubble for 72 hours. You want to keep it in around 72 degrees. You don't want it steaming hot in the room when you're making your tea for a couple of reasons. For one, fish emulsions in there stink like hell. The other is that it doesn't break down the material as well. So you want to make sure 72 hours at least with enough air. Keep the air stones going. And then I usually say you're going to put this about 3 times throughout your bloom. You switch your lights to 12-12. You do one right then you do one at 2, then one at 4. Really at 6, a lot of the stuff isn't going to become that plant available by the time you harvest. So that's the way I would recommend using it, with 1/3 to your water. So if you generally water your soil 3 cups, you'll use 1 cup tea to 2 cups water. And that is our compost tea episode for Organistar. Make sure you check out one of these recipe cards. If you need one, email us, Tommy at Detroit Nutrient Company. I'll be more than happy to send one out with a sticker. We've got some cool new stickers in, so we'll get one out to you. And then we're going to have some fun tonight. I'll be posting the playlist on Instagram. Have a great night. And we're going to use Detroit Nutrient Company Vermicompost. It's high in microbiology, and so you're going to get a lot of plant available. Yeah, we should have taken mushrooms first.
Got it.